Duh. Hey guys, it's D. So today we're gonna learn Bad Guy by Billie Eilish. Okay, so for my beginners out there, let's go over the strings real quick. We have E string, A string, D string, G string, B string, and then high E string. Alright, so you're gonna hear me refer to the letter name of the strings throughout this whole tutorial. And also feel free to repeat if you don't get it the first time, however many times you want, alright? Go back 10 seconds, do whatever you need. Watch it over and over, slow it down if you need to. You shouldn't need to though, because it's a pretty simple song. Okay, so the song begins with this bass line that's gonna repeat throughout the whole song in the background, but the first part you can clearly hear it because it's how the song starts. Alright, so it goes. Right, let's break down the bass part. So we've got, okay, what that is you start with the 3rd fret on the low E string, you strum it again, and then you go to the 1st fret on the A string, and then you go back down to the 3rd fret on the low E. So you have, and then you strum it 3 more times. And then you go back to the 1st fret on the A string again. And then you go back down to the 3rd fret on the low E. And then you end with the 1st fret on the low E string. So you have. And also it's an option to palm mute the low E string with your palm if you want. I kind of like the way it sounds, so that's what I do. And if you know how to palm mute, that's great. And if you don't, you basically use this part of your palm and then gently lay it on top of the low E string, unless if you want to palm mute the other strings as well. Alright, so we're going to repeat that first part twice. And then we pretty much do the same thing except we move down 1 string. Alright, so it goes. Okay, and what that is it's pretty simple. It's mostly 2 notes, just like the first half. So it's the 3rd fret on the A string, you strum it twice, and then you go to the 1st fret on the D string, and then you move down to the 3rd fret on the A string again. So you have, and then 3 more times on the 3rd fret on the A string. And then you move down to the 1st fret on the D string, and then you go back down to the 3rd fret on the A string again, and then you strum the G string open. Alright, so if you put that together, you have. Alright, now, so you have pretty much 80% of it down. So if you put that together, you have. And then we have what that is, and that's the end, by the way, the end of the bass part. What that is you have open D string twice, and then 4th fret on the D string, and then open D string again. So you have, and then open E string 3 times. I like to palm mute it, but you can do whatever you want. Alright, so you put that all together, you have. Right, and that's going to repeat throughout the whole song in the background. Alright, thanks for watching. What's that? You want more? Oh. Okay, sure, yeah. We'll go over the lyrics and also the part that everybody wants, right? Okay, so let's go over the lyrics first. Okay, so the song starts with, right? You repeat that, I think 2 or 4 times. I'm not sure exactly how many times, but you do the same thing. Okay, so you have. Okay, so you have the 3rd fret on the G a few times, and the open G, and then 1st fret on the B, and then you go back down to the 3rd fret on the G. So you have. Alright, and that phrase ends with. Right. What that is basically you start with 3rd fret on the G string, just like how we did before, and the open G, except this time you're gonna go to the 3rd fret on the B string as opposed to the 1st, and then you go back down to the 2nd fret on the G string. So you have, and the open G, and then you go down to the 4th fret on the D string. So you put that together, you have. Okay, so now the song goes to. Right, what that is basically 3rd fret on the G, and then you go to the 1st fret on the B, you strum that twice, and then you go back down to open G, and then 3rd fret on the G again, and then 1st fret on the B twice, and then you go back down to the 3rd fret on the G, and then you go back up to the 1st fret on the B, and then you do open G. So you put that together, you have. And then you repeat that second part 3 more times. And then you go, right, and then you do that 4 times. So what that is you do 3rd fret on the G, and then 1st fret on the B string, and then you do 1st fret on the high E, and then you go back down to the 3rd fret on the B string. And if you see what I do here, I like to bar my index finger on both the 1st fret of the B string and the high E string together, so I don't have to go, right? I can just bar it, and it's a lot easier that way. And then you go 4 times, right? What that is 3rd fret on the G, and then twice on the 1st fret on the B string, and then you go back down to the 3rd fret on the G string, and then the 1st fret on the E string, and then go back down to the 3rd fret on the B string. So after you do that 4 times, it comes the infamous line, "I'm the bad guy," which is, and that is the 1st fret on the B string, and then 3-2-0 on the G string. You put that together, you have. And if you want, you can even put a little bit of vibrato on the 2nd fret on the G string. Okay, so now we've covered pretty much all of the lyrics. And then after this, she's gonna say da, and then we're gonna go, right? And after this ends, it's gonna go back to the lyrics again, which we've already learned. It's pretty much just like what we did in the first half of the song. So this is the first half. And then after the da and the instrumental, she's gonna start singing again, which they're the exact same notes as the first half. So we already learned how to play the lyrics. Now let's cover what we do after she says da, all right? After she says da, we're gonna go. All right, let's break that down. It may seem a little complicated, but it's really not. All right, so the first part, what that is open G, and then you go 3rd fret on the B string, and then you go back to open G, and then you go 2 3 2 on the B string, and then you go back down to the 3rd fret on the G string. So you have, and then basically you repeat that 4 times. And then it goes to twice, right? So what that is you go 1st fret on the B string, and then you go to 3rd fret on the high E string, and then you go back down to the 1st fret on the B string, and then you go 2 3 2 on the high E, and then you go back down to the 4th fret on the B string. So you have, all right, so you do that twice, only twice, not 4 times, but twice. And then you have, what that is we have 3rd fret on the B string, and then 5th fret on the high E string, and then you go back down to the 3rd fret on the B string, and then you go to 2nd fret on the high E string, and then you go back down to the 3rd fret on the B string, and then 1st fret on the B string. So you got. Now the fingering can be a little tricky, all right? So what I like to do is, so basically each of your finger is responsible for 1 fret, right? So your index finger is responsible for the 1st fret, your middle finger is responsible for the 2nd fret, ring finger the 3rd fret, pinky the 4th fret, right? That's how you normally play. Except when it comes to this part after, and you see how I have my 4 fingers on the first 4 frets. After this, however, you want to shift everything down 1 fret. So your fingers are on the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th fret. And what you want to do here is middle finger, and then pinky, and then middle finger, and then index finger, and then middle finger, and then slide back down, and then use your index finger to play the 1st fret on the B string. So you have. Okay, and that's that. And then she starts to sing again, which I think it goes, which we've already learned. We've already learned all the lyrics part. All right, it's the same rhythm. Now, after she stops singing, she's gonna go da again to end the song. Except this time we're gonna do after the first da part twice. So after the first da we had. Right? Except this time, right after that, we're gonna go back to do that again. Right? So we're just gonna repeat that twice this time around to end the song. And that will be all. And congratulations, now you are a bad guy. In a good way. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and stay tuned for more. I'll be posting soon. Also, feel free to follow me on Instagram. Sometimes I post things that are not necessarily related to guitar, so, you know. What do I post about, you ask? Well, it's on my page, so which is linked below. So feel free to follow, and I'll see you guys next time.